Alrighty, what's up, Miss Staley's class? I'm Tommy Robertson. I'm currently going to Center College. I'm a freshman here, and I know Miss Staley said you guys had some questions for me about the business. My buddy and I started. He actually goes to Center here too, so we're kind of continuing that, and it's been kind of off and on just because busy classes and whatnot, but we've been trying our best to keep up the business. I'm a little sick, so excuse my hoarse voice here. But I'll go ahead and get started. First question was, how did I start the business? That's a great question. So my buddy and I last year, we tried lawn care, just like mowing, weed eating, whatever. And we couldn't even drive yet, so that didn't really go well. We probably did like 10 yards the whole summer, and we kind of looked for something better to do, and we can drive now. We have a little bit more money for the startup, and window cleaning actually doesn't require a whole lot of startup. I mean, we literally started with like gas station squeegees that you see at like gas stations, and then just paper towels. So literally $30 from Lowe's allowed us to get started. And then what we did, we just went door to door. It kind of goes to the next question, how did you advertise? Our main way of advertisement is just going door to door, literally knock on people's door. And especially in West Kentucky, the hospitality is unmatched, so nobody really gets mad over there. You expand to bigger cities, you will run into some people who call the cops. We have had the cops called on us 3 or 4 times, but I mean, that's what it takes, if I'm just being honest. But yeah, advertising, so door to door, and then Facebook ads. That's another big thing. We would run Facebook ads, and you pay for Facebook to basically get your video or whatever ad it is out there. So you pay like $3 a day, and they'll make sure people are seeing your video or ad. And then another one is just putting door flyers on houses that don't answer. So if you knock on a door and then somebody doesn't answer, you stick a card or a door flyer in the door, and then when they get home, they'll see it. We actually probably haven't sold too many jobs off that because most people are just going to toss it in the trash, but I mean, it does help to just get your name up there. Why did you choose window cleaning instead of another job? We chose window cleaning because it's a very niche kind of task, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard the saying, riches in the niches. So just the more specialized you are, the more likely you are to be successful in the field you're in. So like if you just call it home service, then people are going to tend to maybe not choose the home service business, because say somebody needs pressure washing, they're going to look up pressure washing on Google. They're going to look up pressure washing companies. They're not going to look up home service companies. Does that make sense? And so we chose window cleaning, and we actually took some inspiration from a guy named Nick Gaines, Nickgaines. You guys should look him up. He's amazing at what he does. He's like 20 years old, and he does really good for himself. And we kind of used him as a mentor. We reached out to him quite a bit, got on some calls with him. He kind of helped us start the whole thing up. So yeah. Do you have anyone help you? Yeah, so in high school, obviously I have my business partner. His name's Torin. Like I said, he's here with me, and we went in 50-50 on the business. So there's that. And then as far as like cleaning the houses, in high school we had a bunch of our buddies just help us. My grandpa had an old truck, so it was like a 2000 year Dodge, and I would just let them use that, put the equipment in the back. They'd go do 5 or 6 houses a day. We'd pay them really good. And then so yeah, we had our buddies, which actually is not ideal. I do not recommend doing that, hiring buddies, because you kind of just run into issues in the long run. Because if you're the boss, say I'm the boss, and you need to tell them something to do, it's kind of harder because they're your best friend. And even if, say you need to fire them, which we never ran into, our buddies weren't bad, but we still did run into some issues. Say you need to fire them, you're not going to be able to if they're one of your best buddies. So I don't recommend hiring your buddies. Let's see. Do you have anyone? Oh, how's the cleaning solution made, or what do you purchase? We actually don't use any cleaning solution at all. We buy a tank off Zero Products, and that's where we get all of our equipment from. So once we got enough capital to afford that, we bought that. And what that does, it just filters the water. And so it filters the water. There's a big tank, and then it runs through a hose into a water-fed pole, which extends 30 feet. So you reach up, and then you're basically scrubbing the windows. And then I can pull up some examples here in a second, but and it'll be a better visual. But yeah, so you run the water from the spigot, the house spigot, into the tank. It filters it, and then it comes out the water-fed pole, and then you clean the windows. No solution. It's totally pure water. So what that means is there's like no minerals or anything. So when the water's done drying on the window, there's no water marks or water streaks or anything like that, which is a big issue in some places. So we make sure to completely remove all of those. How much money do you make per house? It's very depends on a lot of things. I'd say the minimum job we've done is like 125, probably, maybe even 100 when we were first getting started. Yeah, so probably 100. And then the most expensive job we've done was about 1,300. They had like 160 something windows, and it took us about a day and a half for that. So that was definitely the biggest job we've done. But the average job, I'd say, is around 275 to 300. Yeah. And then how much do I make of that? So obviously we'll have our labor costs. So if somebody's helping us with it, we'll pay them like anywhere from $20 an hour to $30 an hour. Sometimes even more, honestly. I'd say it's 30 to 40. And then you have labor costs, you have equipment, so gas, the poles, the filter tank, and then just that's really about all for equipment. And then obviously that's all overhead costs, so it's not reoccurring. So once you buy the tank and the water fed, there's that, but gas is a reoccurring cost. And then what else? And then my buddy and I were 50-50, so there's probably, say it's a $300 job, and my buddy and I are probably taking home around $100 of that each, so there's that. Where do we tend to get most of our jobs? When I was back home, it was Paducah mainly. Paducah and Murray, nicer neighborhoods we targeted, and literally just houses with lots of windows. I mean, they're willing to pay the price, so why not go to their houses? How many houses can you clean per day? It depends on how many guys we have working. So if it's a crew of 2, about 8 houses, one guy can get about 5 done. How much money am I making per year? Well, I actually haven't even been doing this for a whole year, but we started in February. We were knocking on doors when it was snowing outside, and we probably had 4 really consistent months, and throughout those 4 months, we were averaging about $14,000 in profit. So you can do the math there. But the 4 months, it was kind of like April, May, June, July, August, I guess, and then we went to college, obviously, so things have slowed down. And then since then, we've been trying to do more jobs here and there. So yes, like I said, I'm still doing windows at college, not near as often, but still doing it. Other jobs we've worked, we've done a bunch of pressure washing. We have a really good pressure washer. How does it compare to window washing? The ticket prices are a lot higher. So our highest pressure washing job, I'd say, is about $1,700. Probably took us a day and a half to 2 days. The biggest job we've done is the Marshall County football bleachers. That's not the most expensive because we just kind of wanted to give back. We gave them a really good rate on that. But yeah, higher ticket prices. Honestly, I'll just say harder and more labor intensive overall. You gotta get on ladders. You gotta use solution, bleach. It can damage your clothes, hair, whatever. But you just gotta make sure you're being careful with the bleach. And then we've done some gutter cleaning jobs as well. That's pretty self-explanatory. You get the leaves out of gutters, and there you go. And right now we're actually trying to do Christmas light installation. We went to a Christmas light installation in Dallas, Texas for 2 days, and that went really well. So just today, actually, yesterday, all of our equipment came in. So we have like 10 houses worth of Christmas lights ready to install. So we're working on advertising for that. And then there's like all those clips that you use for the Christmas lights. So we really want to get that done this year. How do I decide how much to charge? We charge by the window. So we do $10 a window. And so if a house has 25 windows, it's about $250. And then if there's no screens, we'll kind of bring it down some to like $225 maybe. If there are screens, we'll bump the price up. Screens, just the mesh that it comes out, so it's just the thing on the outside of the window that blocks birds or bugs from getting in or whatever. So you take those out, clean those. We have a screen cleaner, and we'll charge about $50 to $100 extra if they have screens in all the windows. I'm gonna try to pull up some pictures here. Just give me a sec. If you need to fast forward through this, you can. I'm in my dorm right now, so. So here's kind of what I can't turn my camera around. Okay, so here's what the cleaning process kind of looks like. Hopefully you guys can see that. There's the water fed pole. And that's just a real simple video of me using the water fed pole. There's our shirts there. And then here's a good before and after. I don't know how well you guys can tell how dirty that is, but there's a bunch of like bugs around here. And then here's the after. You can tell all those bugs are gone, and sills are clean. Let's see what else I can find. Oh, here's a pressure washing job. So here's the before of this. And then there's the after. So that's what pressure washing looks like. We'll do brick, siding, sidewalks, all that good stuff. Let's see if I can find another. Let's see here. Sorry for the delay. I want to get you guys some visuals so you can actually see what's going on. I have so many pictures of windows. Okay, here's a good before and after. I can't really see what y'all are looking at. So if you see here, you see all that dirt and build up along the sills. And then this is a key part of cleaning windows, actually, these. And then you can see here, they're totally clean, all white there, so. Okay, here's a good side-by-side. Dirty here, clean here. Okay, yeah, so that's all. I hope you guys learned something, and as a young entrepreneur, I highly suggest or encourage you to get out there and just oh, another thing I wanted to mention is since I started doing door-to-door, my social skills have drastically improved, actually. So I used to